Started your seedlings indoor or a greenhouse or even buying from the store, one mistake you must avoid before losing all your plants. This process is called hardening your seedlings. If you don't make your seedling plants tough to survive the outdoor weather, you could easily lose all of your plants. Even if you buy in store, I'm going to tell you exactly. If you are growing indoor and you're using a grow lights, your seedlings didn't get used to the hot sun. Even if you're using a fan, your seedlings will get used to a little bit of wind, but not as much as outside. Outside is much more heavy and the wind comes in all different angle. So your seedlings has to be ready for that. So if you come and you go transplant your plant outdoor without training your plant properly, then this will not make it. Unfortunately, it will burn, break, damage, which a lot of people make this mistake. Even if you have a greenhouse like I do, I just can't take this plant outdoor. If I take this plant, all these plants outdoor, they're not gonna make it. They're definitely not gonna make it. So even if you buy outdoor, some of the big store, what they do, they put like a clear plastic up top on the roof. Yes, the plants are getting the sunlight, but the roof is still blocking it. And the reason why they put it is because they don't want people to shop in the rain. If it's a rainy day, people are buying flowers, especially springtime. We have a lot of rain and a lot of people wants to buy stuff. So the company will try to protect it so the people could come and shop. But at the same time, the plants is not fully hardening. So you have to come home and do it. If not, a lot of new gardeners make the mistake. They go to the store to buy 20, 40 plants, 60 plants. And you come and you put it right away into your garden and you transplant and you take a couple pictures and you're like, wow, it's so beautiful. But then you come back the next day, all your plants is like burned up, dried up, crispy, or broken. And that is a problem. You have to train your plant. If you go with Google way, you might be training the plants for over a week. I take about 4 to 5 days actually. 4 to 5 days and I harden up all my plants. You guys know I grow all my stuff from seed and I do not have this problem. But timing and location is very important when it comes down to this. First thing first, you have to make sure you water your seedlings. Your seedlings must have water before you bring them outside because it will dry out fast. And you don't want to double stress the plant if it's looking for water, plus it has to battle the wind and the sun. So water it first and then bring it outside. Find a location where it's not like crazy hot sun, but you don't want to hide it behind a container. You want to make sure it's exposed to the sun and then exposed to the wind. You don't want to cover it or anything like that. And bring it out in the evening time for the first day. You could bring it out at 3 o'clock and leave it to 5 o'clock. The reason why 3 o'clock, because the sun is not that hot, and then 5 o'clock is like when the temperature drops a little bit. So the plant is already exposed into like a little hot temperature, but not too hot, but then like a little chilly temperature, but not too chilly. So it's kind of like a win-win for the seedling plants right now. And then you put it back inside. And then the same day on the next day. The next day you water a little bit to keep the plant hydrated, and you could do this in the morning on the second day. Bring it out in the morning and leave it out anywhere you want for 4 hours, and after 4 hours you bring it back. The third day you bring it back out in the morning. Make sure you water and leave it out for 6 hours. Within the 3 days, the plant is already getting used to the temperature. It's getting used to the hot sun. The 4th day, you want to bring it out and leave it out for like 8 hours. 8 hours is good enough. That's hard enough. On the 5th day, it's good to go. The 5th day, you could actually bring it out in the evening and leave it throughout the whole night. It will survive. Does not have a problem. Within the 4th day, most of the plants are very strong. After that, you could go ahead and plant outdoor because your plant is, strong enough to survive the outdoor. Another thing, before you start hardening off your plant, you want to do this a couple days before you're gonna plant outside, before you get temperature to plant outside. Normally, after your last day of frost. Say if your frost date is like April 15, you could always start this process around April 10. So you got 5 days ahead. So as soon as the frost day is done, bang, you could go ahead and transplant outdoor. Make sure when you transplant outdoor, you don't do this like 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock when the sun is like peaking hot. You want to wait a little bit like 3 o'clock. You know what like 3 o'clock is there, right? So the 3 o'clock is normally, cooler temperature, nice sun, nice wind, and the plant don't have to like so stressed out. Another thing to do prep your location first. Whether it's in ground or a garden bed or a grow bag, you want to add fertilizer, add soil, and water it. Let it start breaking down. The process start riching up that soil before bringing your seedlings. So this way, when you're ready to transplant, you don't have to add more soil, or you don't have to add fertilizer. All that, you already got everything pre-set up. Just make a hole, put your seedlings inside, and water it. That's all you have to do. All right, any question, comment below. And if you're new, welcome to Green Tea Garden. We're all about growing a better home garden together.